You guys are the three senior leaders on this team. Just talk about your responsibilities as leaders on this Cardinal team.
Well, we were selected as captains from our peers last spring at the end of the year. Basically how it's come down to this year is Brice has been more of the, coach calls him the silent leader, just plays hard every single day. Great example. Chris is more of the physical type guy, leads by example with his play on the court. And then coach has kind of put the burden on me of being the vocal leader. He says that growing up being the point guard, you have to be like the quarterback on the team, make sure everyone's in the right place. So that's kind of difficult, but it's kind of a role that I've taken. So I've been the vocal leader this year on the court.
Let's talk about why the record is where it is right now.
Our chemistry's been off a little bit. We all know we have the talent, and we're fortunate right now that the league is the way it is right now, because if we, even with the season we've had, if we just do good the last 7 games, we can get in the tournament. We feel like we compete with anybody, which is fortunate, but it's been a disappointment, especially for the seniors, just because this is the last year of competitiveness, and you know, we want to make the most of it, but we know we have the talent and we know we're going to change it around.
I wouldn't really say there's one thing why the record is the way it is. I mean, we just all need to produce every single night, and we just haven't been getting consistency and stuff like that. So it's just been hard to deal with, especially for us three and Steve being seniors going out. We want to go out with a good record, so it's important to us to win these last 7 games.
Head coach Dick Reynolds retiring after 40 years as the Otterbein coach. Just talk about his coaching style and what you guys have picked up from him.
It's pretty intense. I mean, if he's not yelling at you, then you should be worried. That's how it should be. I mean, coming from high school, most people probably don't get yelled at, since most of us are probably star players in our high school. So he yells a lot, and sometimes it's hard to handle, but you just can't take it all to heart. You just got to brush some of the stuff off.
It's his style is a lot different than most people have in high school, like Brice was saying. It's more of a get you ready for society and life compared to basketball, which can be hard and confusing at times because you're obviously in here at the gym and you want to do competitiveness. But he's been a coach 40 years. He can do his own style. It's obviously worked. He just wants to make sure that he has good people leave his program and go into the world, and that's the most important thing to him.
Mark, what have you learned from playing under Dick Reynolds, given the fact that he used to be a point guard, now you're a point guard? Just talk about that relationship that you have with him.
It's been big. Coach is really big on relationship aspect, gaining relationships with people on the team, on the court and outside the court. And Coach has also always preached about family and recognition of what exactly is going on, understanding what's going on outside of the world, not just in basketball. And a big aspect coming to the Division III program is he always talks about the education aspect. His ultimate goal is to get you out with a degree, and everyone that I've come to school with has accomplished that, so that bodes well for the program.
Brice, Chris, you guys are 1,000 points. Chris, you're 999, but we can pretty much assume that you're going to get that final point and reach the 1,000 point mark. Mark, you're a little bit further behind, but you still got a few games left to
Still does his role.
score about 75 points a game.
Realistic.
I don't know if that'll be enough.
But just talk about that milestone and what it means to you guys.
I mean, I'm sure it's everybody's goal to score, or at least get to 1,000 in their career. I mean, not many people do it, and I'm sure not many people from the same high school and the same team do it within 2 games. So it's pretty exciting, I guess.
I mean, it's exciting. Played with Brice for a long time. We accomplished a lot in high school together, as we've done in college. We've always kind of been the 1-2 punch, and it continued in college, which was exciting and comfortable for me coming here and transferring. A little frustrating to get 1,000 with Brice in the same game, but it's an exciting milestone. It's going to be something that I cherish when I'm older. It would have meant a lot more to have a better season with it. Obviously, the W's mean more than individual stats or points. I would have made my free throws last game, but I didn't want to take the thunder from Brice and Coach. Coach had 649 wins. He got his 650th. That's a great milestone. Brice obviously got 1,000. Came out very, very strong at the beginning of the game and got it right away. You know, I decided that Marietta was my night. I'd let those two, since they're very close, share in the glory right there. Mark can have the game after, so it's fine.
Mark, you've recently shaved your mustache, but talk about the stash that you had been rocking for the majority of the year. Just talk about that. Did you lose a bet, or is there any kind of story behind that?
There's no real story. We're really only allowed to have a mustache. If I could grow a full beard, I would. But it's kind of something Steve and I always do. He'll just text me before a game, hey, don't shave your mustache. We'll look trashy and we don't really care. But it's just something fun that we do, and girlfriend doesn't like too much, but oh well.
I just want to go on record saying he shaved it because an opponent made fun of his mustache.
Really? Can you verify that?
Make fun of my mustache, yes.
That ended the streak.
Chris, I saw the other night against Ohio Northern, after an assist to Max Van Meter, you actually rolled out the Aaron Rodgers celebration with the championship belt. Talk about why you do that and the technique involved in pulling off that kind of celebration.
Well, I'm a diehard Packers fan. Been watching them, do a lot of scouting. Discount double check commercials help. But I thought that was an Aaron Rodgers-like pass. I hit the wide open guy, hit the layup. So it's kind of the thing I do with my dad in the crowd. If I do a really good pass or I hit a three-pointer, I like to do that. So it's just something I've been perfecting in practice because Coach Reynolds told me to have a go-to move.
Am I going to have to cut that?
Nope, I want that in.
You guys played high school there. Talk about the experience you guys had.
It was tough at the beginning. We made a transition my senior, his junior year, and our coach Larry Morris came in, and that was probably the most fun I've ever had in basketball. We had the 1-2 punch with me and him at the 4 and the 5. We'd always be in double digits together. People would try to shut down one, the other would perform, and it was nice because we went undefeated in the league. 2 overtimes against the same team, but we came out on top. So we obviously won the title. We went to the playoffs. We lost to Ridgedale. We did pretty good for a small school, and like I said before, it was really nice to actually come back and play again with Brice, as we've been doing since sophomore year. We're throwing the deep ball to each other. We always got that down. A little sluggish right now, but we'll get back to the roots.
Just had the chemistry since high school and just carried it on to college. So
you guys are all seniors and you're graduating this spring. Just talk about your aspirations and what you are looking to do once you graduate.
I'm studying to be a middle childhood education major. I will be certified 4 through 9 in math and history, so I'm hoping to get a job. Their school district will hire me, and then I eventually hope to coach somewhere.
I got an internship at Westville Police Station. Been wanting to be a cop since I was 7. Growing up, I knew a lot of my dad's friends were cops, and they're just real nice, and it's something I kind of took under it. I wanted to be. It's probably the one thing I haven't changed my mind on. And I was really lucky to get that, really fortunate, pretty excited. It's in walking distance, a great opportunity. Try to make some contacts there and see where the road takes me, maybe the U.S. Marshals, maybe FBI, maybe Border Patrol, I don't know.
I'll probably go back home. My family owns a farm, so I'll probably go back and help on that for a while. And then I'd like to coach football or basketball eventually in high school, so see where it takes me.
Coming off that exciting game against Ohio Northern, do you feel like that's giving you guys momentum and kind of recharge you guys?
Well, we had some good wins this year. We beat Northern, we went out and beat Wittenberg at Wittenberg. We had momentum, and then we beat Westminster here in overtime. And then from there, since we played Westland, we've hit a slump. And when you lose 7 in a row, your morale's down. It's hard to get to the gym. You go down in a game, you're just like, not again. The win right there has put new life in us, really. And we were down by 11, and we came back. It kind of, realized that we can come back in a game, which is important. But beating Northern right there and sweeping them, it kept us in the hunt. That was an important game. Some teams lost for us. So really, that gave us a spark, and I think we're all ready to capitalize on that.
Just need to keep it going for the next 7 games, and as long as we can win a majority of them, we should be able to at least get in the tournament and then see where we can go from there.
You guys still have a shot to make a late season run here and make the OAC tournament. Talk about what this team needs to do in the next 7 games to reach that mark, to make a final run and to get into that tournament, because like you guys have said, it's really open, the OAC, as far as the conference as a whole. Once you get into that tournament, you've got a chance. Just talk about what you guys need to do here down the stretch to make that tournament.
We just know that we have to come out and play like we did on Wednesday against Northern. And that was a huge win for us, swept them on the season. Positives is we have John Carroll here, Wilmington here, they're both sitting on top of the league. We still got to go to Cap, and obviously Saturday we're at Marietta. But, I mean, the Muskingum game is going to be big for us. B-Dub coming in next week is going to be huge. I mean, we know we have the chances. We know we have the skills. We just got to come out and play. And then, I mean, once you get into that tournament, no one knows what's going to happen, especially how this season's playing out. I mean, you could honestly go in as a 7 seed, upset the 2 seed, and, I mean, you're sitting there in the semis. I mean, it's wide open. And you win your conference tournament, head to the NCAAs, and it means you're riding a hot streak and you're ready to go. So,
I mean, we were picked 3rd in the conference just because of our talent alone. And if we use our talent and everyone does their roles, you know, we got obviously talented players. We got guys who can come off the bench. You know, Tommy showed that the other night. Zach's been stepping up lately. Brice has been on fire. So if we just put everything together, we win some games, and we get in the tournament, we feel like we can compete with anybody. I mean, Wilmington, Capital are sitting up top, and, you know, there's still Carroll. I mean, a lot of teams are going to beat each other up. We could sneak in there, do that, and we win 2 games. We're in the finals. We win that, win 3 in the tournament. We're going all the way. So it's just a good opportunity. We're really fortunate right now the way the league's been shaping up. But like Mark said, Muskie, Heidelberg, Bone Walls, those are going to be really key games for us. And we just need to take the opportunities when they arise, and we can't let any slip past us.
All of us need to keep playing consistent. I mean, us 3, and then other 2 starters, and then our bench needs to keep producing like they have been with Tommy coming off, and Mark and Jason and all those guys. And it really helps us out and takes some of the pressure off and scoring defensive-wise and stuff like that.